and I am taking you somewhere special. Now, this area right here is famous for two things. Zapped up in there, right here. It sure puts out a special vibe though, this place. In more ways than one. Heard a tree snap right there. Right back in here. I swear I saw a unicorn, but of course it was no unicorn. But it just, from a distance, it just gave that impression. This very mystical area. Mogollon monster territory right here. Big time. The long, high pitch, almost metallic sound to it. I just feel like something's watching me from right up there. I was seeing lights, orbs floating through the area. Did you hear that? It sounded like a yell, a high-pitched yell. They also say this area is notorious for greys. Hey, come here. Come. No, come here. She will stomp you in the ground. Come here. Uh-oh. This is the phone booth that he called from right here, right where that one is. Still there. Where Travis Walton called from. And this is the gas station. It's now a tire shop. That's where he hid in, if you watch the movie. And that's the phone booth he called. And here we are in our final destination for now. We are in the woods of Arizona. In particular, this is the White Mountains of Arizona. And I am taking you somewhere special that I promised I would. If you watched my previous videos, there's quite a few wild horses here. This area was heavily forested and was wiped out in 2002 by the Rodeo Chetasky fire, and is just starting to make its comeback. This was all actually gone. Burned this particular area pretty hard. One of the biggest true forest fires in American history. Over 500,000 acres, but it was heavy timber acres, not brush fires. It was devastating to these communities. 2002, I believe. So, this area I'm at in particular, hey, stop eating that. There's the horses. Quite a few of them. Go. They call them the Mogollon Mustangs. So, let me check my equipment here real quick. All right. Right there that we're going to walk down into is Turkey Springs. Now, this area right here is famous for two things. This is home to the infamous Arizona's Mogollon monster. Arizona's Bigfoot. This whole region. Okay, buddy, you got to stop eating horse poop. Come on. He's a puppy. He's learning. We're not learning. So, yeah. Arizona's Bigfoot. Now, it goes from the Apache Reservation all the way across up to Flagstaff. But in this particular region, between here and Christopher Creek, is no, okay, stop. That's a bad habit. So here, we'll take a peek over here to show you what I'm talking about. Leftovers from that fire 23 years ago. Ow. You can see what I just kicked here with my ankle and thighs. Tend to grow a lot here after fires. So it's recovering. But this road right here is famous for something else. I mean, this exact location. This is where, if you watch the movie Fire in the Sky with Travis Walton, probably the biggest story, or at least one of the more famous stories of all time in a UFO genre. This is where he's beamed up. If you watch the movie Fire in the Sky, and I'll show some highlights and still shots. This is where it happened, right here. Turkey Springs, outside of Heber, Arizona. Not too far from Snowflake, which is made famous from that movie. I think it was in the 70s when this happened. Amazing. Look at that. Just hollowed out. So, if you haven't seen the movie, watch it. Travis Walton. It was a major movie out in its time. I want to say in the 80s. I'll try to get the facts and put them on a screen if I can. So this is the logging road that they stopped. He walked up to this glowing light. They were logging up the road here on a government contract, and there's a truck full of them, and they're coming down, and he saw this thing sitting right here on the tree line. He got out, Travis Walton got out, walked up there, and they're screaming for him to get back. It beamed a light at him. He shot back, and they got the heck out of Dodge. Well, they turned around and came back, and he was gone. I think 6 days later, he was found at the Heber, what's now the tire shop, was the gas station, I believe. Look at the size of this thing. Camera doesn't do it justice once and for all. That is a giant oak. This is old growth forest. There's one that survived the major fire. Giant, ancient ponderosas. Here's the ones that did not. Right here. And this is the spot, right here. This is where he's beamed up, right here. Now, I may be off a few feet. Travis Walton is still doing the tours on the UFO circuit, telling his story. Him and the loggers passed 6 polygraphs. Yeah, I believe 6 polygraphs. And they all passed. And to this day, they all swear about it. Swear by it. This is where it happened. So they were coming down this road, saw that UFO. He got beamed up. 6 days later, they find him. And yeah, watch the movie, Fire in the Sky. Travis Walton. I don't know if it's a Travis Walton story or not. That's just an oddity right here sitting on top of the dirt. That's sure stuck out. Look at that. Oh, it just picks it up. It's almost like a gem. That's heavy. I'll hold on to that and check that out on my rock geek site that I'm a fan of. So as we walk, Turkey Springs is right down here. Just left over the giant old growth forest that was here. That was here when he got beamed up. Yeah, a lot of deer and elk out here too, as you can tell. Termites are getting to that thing. Look at the size of this thing. Oh, widowmakers. Careful they won't fall on you. Alright, we're going to work our way down all these animal trails. This truly is a legendary trail here. Should have wore pants. Because man, this stuff will eat you up. This stuff right here. Is that wild rose? Deer country here. And horse. Come on guys, this way. Path of least resistance. So I've seen some game cams here in the past. I put this stone in my small little swim trunk pocket here, so bear with me. Alright guys, slowly let's work our way down. It's been years since I've been here. Just right after the fire, before the fire and after the fire. You would not recognize this place. Well, this is where it happened. Fire in the sky. Travis Walton story. He got zapped up in there. Right here. Exact location. Fire in the sky. Probably the most famous UFO besides the Phoenix Lights. This is all coming back slowly. Now 23 years later, but his story was back. The movie was, I think, in the 80s, mid 80s, 86, I'm guessing. Then the logging happened in the 70s. Now, some people say that these guys were trying to get out of their government contract by making up a story. That was a heck of a story to make up. Well, there's a big old game trails right through here. Alright, let's follow them down. This is a heavy duty horse, elk. There are no moose here, but they got trophy elk here. The rim road is right up here. They call it the 300 road. Drops off the Mogollon rim down into the Indian reservation. Giant trophy elk come over the top of this. People pay giant money for this. Monster elk, some of the biggest trophy elk you can get. Come right over here. There's another monster tree. I just wish these cameras could justify the size. Trust me when I say it. These old growth are just freaking amazing. So after, I may do another video before I leave, head back up to Alaska and put you out some more Alaskan Bigfooting. I'm kind of a rock geek. Arizona has some gorgeous rocks. So this is Turkey Creek, Turkey Springs. So scars from the fire. Still beautiful out. Beautiful area, and it's getting better. It's gonna be a bunch of years before it is 100%. Tree oddities. Every forest has them. Look at this oak. Thing's massive. I tell you what, this is one of the more unique trees I've come across on my Western Alaskan or Western U.S. Bigfoot tour. Watch my videos if you haven't seen them. Quite a few of them. Colorado, Montana. I still have a couple from Washington and Montana that I'm working on. So look for those. This area has huge, if I could find some, I'll show you, huge pieces of petrified wood. I mean, giant, because the petrified forest is not far from here. So this is actually Turkey Springs. It used to flow a lot more than it does now. Obviously it's not flowing at all right now. So I'm standing in it at the springs. Infamous Mogollon monster territory right here. Big time. And of course the fire in the sky, Travis Walton getting beamed up right here. So they say, I believe them. It sure puts out a special vibe though, this place. In more ways than one. You do get the sensation of being watched. This place has always been that way. Heard a tree snap right there. Right back in here. Let me do a whoop real quick. Whoop! Whoop! Another one right over there. Wind is gusting a little bit, but still. This is a Bigfoot show, so everything's Bigfoot. Wasn't so good the second one. And the start of the monsoon season. This area needs it. Let's walk up this way. Really enjoying this area. I get a vibe though, and not just the Mogollon monster being here, and this being the exact spot where Travis Walton got zapped up into space for about 6 days. They also say this area is notorious for grays. Now, back in the day when I worked on the reservation, I drove across, took a shortcut, which was shorter, but was took me in areas I shouldn't have gone. I swear I had saw a unicorn, but of course it was no unicorn. But it just, from a distance, it just gave that impression. This very mystical area off the reservation. Have grays, spacecraft hovering right here, and of course Mogollon monster run-ins all around this area. And the one in Arizona is a bit different, I hear. He's thinner and lankier, but more aggressive. If I lived out here, I'd be aggressive too. Some rough area, not a lot of water here. Not a lot of water at all. I mean, the springs run, doesn't take much for this spring to run. They suck the groundwater out so much, it's so much that the springs are less likely to run as often. I think there was water, my wife says, in there all the time. Year round. Now it's more depending on the rainfall. A lot of widowmakers. If you don't know what a widowmaker is, it's a dead tree that a strong wind will fall over and make your wife a widow. Widowmakers. I've heard many horrible stories. Did you hear that? It sounded like a yell. A high-pitched yell. Dogs are kind of hearing something. Coming up from this way. Do another whoop. Whoop! That was not a bird either. I have to go back and listen to that, because I was talking right through it. This place gives me heebie-jeebies. Maybe it's just the fact that grays have been spotted here. Now, I was telling you a story that I had worked on the reservation and cut over, and I was coming here and it had gotten dark by the time I got over the top of this rim here. And just, it might have been this road up here I came off of, or the next one down, but I think it was this one. I was seeing lights, orbs floating through the area. Now, if you saw my last video in Bighorn Mountains, orb you see at the very end, that was legit. Of course, my video on the Bigfoot Festival night and day hike, and I caught the Bigfoot moving through the bushes away from me on an IR. I looked at, I don't know how many times, and that's legit. And then something watching me during the day hike off in the distance. Just got a crappy picture I put online. Whoop! Just feel like something's watching me from right up there. I don't have my zoom camera with me. Yeah. Look at this oak. But each ring is a year. This thing has been here, I don't know, 1,000 years ago. Something was living down in there. Yeah, no moose. Quite a few mountain lion though. A lot of black bear. No grizzlies. No, like I said, no moose, but monster elk. A couple more whoops. I saw a dark figure right up here, but it could be a lot of burned logs. That's probably what that is. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, I heard it wasn't that bird. It was a long, high pitch, almost metallic sound to it. Oh, I don't need to be beamed up. Don't beam me up, Scotty. Yeah, a lot of horse tracks, a lot of young Mustangs and horses out of here, young ones, born this spring. Turn my auxiliary battery on here off of my power stick. Alright, there we go. These GoPros zap the power quick. Let's go over this ridge here and then work our way back. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool to be in the hotbed of the Mogollon monster area, within the range of it. And you do get that sense of being watched. Probably more so than I've felt a lot of other places. Not necessarily further up the 300 row where I came down and talking about whoa. No, 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 no. Get back here. Come here. There's a mama horse and a baby. Come on. Come on. Barkley. Come here. Hey, come here. Come. No. Come here. She will stomp you in the ground. Come here. Uh-oh. Come here. There you go. That scared the crap out of him. Sorry, Mom. Oh, protecting the baby. Let's go the other way. Let's go the other way. There's a lot of coyotes out here, too. Lots. Come on, buddy. That was hilarious. Probably not for you. We're leaving, no worries. Oh man, looking behind me, okay. You can still see that horse back there. Came running down to protect it. Barkley, you're not as dumb as you look, buddy. You got out of there. He's growing up quick. Golden doodle. My baby's growing up. Alright, let's get out of here before Mommy and Daddy. I'm gonna stomp you. Get around their babies. They're as dangerous as a moose. My wife got chased by a moose. I got bummed rush. Or I don't know if that's the right word, but I got rushed by mama grizzly sow. When you see a bush shaking like this, I mean a thick bush where you don't see anything in it because it's so thick, and it starts shaking, get out of there. I did not know till then that that's how they warn you. Well, after 2 or 3 warnings of me going, this happened about not too far from the Tetons. Not this tour, the one before. And that mother, I still have dreams about it, nightmares. Hey, get out of there. I still have nightmares about it. Mama Grizzly came just tearing out of the bushes. Something out of a monster movie. I mean, its head was this big. And her mouth was wide open. The teeth were showing. And I tell you, the slobber and spit was just shooting out her mouth. She was pissed. And she would, if I was 20 feet closer, she would have killed me. But it was just a fake charge. But I was running. And we're pushing a little old lady that was next to us, with us. We didn't want to be the guys that, holy crap, that's one of the biggest oaks I've ever seen in my life. When cars hit these off the highway, you don't even knock the bark off these things. It's a sad ending. I worked in the EMS field. I've seen it. The trees do not lose. Anyway, yeah, that mama bear came. I jump around. Mama bear jumped out of there, and I'm pushing. Me and the other guys pushing this old lady out, because you don't have to be the fastest. You just don't want to be the slowest, because that bear would jump on the slowest. But and we weren't, definitely. I was recovering from an injury that I got actually not too far from here, off one of the roads when I made a wrong turn and fell off my ATV and got sciatica from that. It was worse than a broken leg, but it took me forever to recover from that, and I was still limping. So I was running and limping away from this grizzly bear. Oh, like I said, I still have dreams. I wasn't 20 yards from that grizzly bear. And I know, oh, and the guy's like, oh, I guess I should have told you a bear went in there chasing its cub. Did you forget to mention that? And forget to mention that it was a grizzly bear? So my next stop, I may go down to Christopher Creek and Willow Lake, which is, I've seen monster Bigfoot tracks there. And I want to take the dogs over there, and they can cool off because we're having record temperatures and here in Arizona. I mean, it's hot even when it's not. Even in the mountains, we're at about 65, 7,000 feet. And doesn't make a difference because 2 hours from Phoenix, still gets hot. And as I knew coming down the west coast, it was hot everywhere. She needs a cut just because it's of the heat. Hey, get out of there! Stop! What's with you and horse poop? Come on. I know you're a puppy, but dang, dog. Come on, I don't trust you. Get past that poop. Come on. You have wonderful breath. Don't even try to lick me later, dog. Tails. So, a little storm trying to brew. High up for the top of the mountain. Not far from it. From lightning strikes. It's strange shapes. I wouldn't want to be this spot at night. So when I leave here, I'll do a video over at Christopher Creek area, or possibly just up at Willow Springs Lake, notorious Woods Canyon, and notorious Bigfoot area. There's a snap right here. I will probably move on to Alaska as of now. I am scheduled into this month to go back to Southeast Alaska, and I will right away start filming some places. There's one right off the beach I want to go to. People spotted him, the hairy man, Kustika, right off the beach. I think we're getting near the main road. There's a tree snap right there, facing the trail. And another one. What's going on here? So I'm gonna, in this video, put some stills in, some clips. Hopefully I don't do any copyright violations. It's not intentional. Welcome to Arizona. And so, you know, I'm talking about Fire in the Sky and the Mogollon monster. Alright. I'll probably separate this video from the one at the Woods Canyon Willow Springs Lake. Big time Bigfoot area. It goes down from that one lake, 2 lakes, and it goes down to Christopher Creek, which is one of the hotbeds in the science paranormal field, and also the Mogollon monster has been seen quite a few times there. So let's say bye to the grays. Fire in the sky site. Now you actually been to the actual site. I know I talk a lot about it, but watch the movie. Or if you've seen the movie, there you go. And I heard a screech. That sounded almost metallic, but like a person. But there are no people out here by any means. By many, many miles. Alright guys. Either see you on another video or attached to another one. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and watch you all the way through. Watch my other videos. There's some, believe it or not, since I started, which was not been majorly long ago, I've got some good ones out there. Good catches. A lot in Alaska and some in Washington State. All right. Say bye, guys. Bye.